Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to What's the Damage, the good old WTD question mark here on my channel. The longest running series on this channel here, man. My very first video ever was What's the Damage, and I could not have expected that there would be so much anger over the years, you know. Holy freaking crap, I am rageful. Have done so many videos complaining about things, sometimes with controversial opinions and very anger-induced topics. Not sure I'm doing the intro correctly because today I'm already angry, so I'm already getting mixed up here, you know. Not in the best mood today. I'm really just aggravated because everything is going wrong, has been going wrong for the past few days. I can't get any proper content, you know, recorded and edited and exported, but I'm trying really hard, guys, you know, so just be patient with me. But today at least I'm going to talk about something that's really fun and that I actually covered many years ago. I think back in 2017 maybe, or 16, 17, you know, back when my channel was still in its early days, you know. If you go all the way back and watch that video, it's gonna be very cringy. I'm even wearing the same exact shirt. I still have that shirt after all these years, you know. So this is literally going to be a Hollywood remake, you know, a digital, more 4K, higher quality remake of that video there, because I'm going to talk about my worst cinema experiences ever. Let me clarify, when I say cinema, I mean actual movie theaters, you know. My worst experience is going to movie theaters to watch movies, you know, whether by myself or with other people, you know. But I wanted to put cinema in the title because it kind of makes a little bit more sense, you know. I have gone to the movies quite a few times in my life. I actually am a raging lover of movies. I don't like to use the expression cinephile because it kind of borders very close to the word pedophile, and I just don't like using it, but there is a term for movie lovers, and it's been a good minute since I've gone to theaters because it's really complicated here where I live, because the theater that is, you know, not only the closest but the best in terms of captioned movies and quality and stuff is very expensive, you know. But throughout my life, especially living in Rio de Janeiro, I've been to the movie theaters many times, but there were a few different experiences that didn't exactly resonate really well with me, you know. There actually haven't been too many, but the few that were terrible, I can actually highlight here for you guys. I'm going to be giving you today 3 different experiences that I had in movie theaters that honestly, oh boy, I'm not entirely sure if they get worse as time goes by, you know. And there is one in particular. I think that already the first one is the worst, honestly, because it's the most embarrassing, because it involves other people, you know, and it's very complex. But essentially, this one happened back in 2010. And I remember it vividly, man, even though it was 13 years ago at this point, because it happened when I went to watch this movie called Piranha 3D. And let me give you a little bit of backstory. I had a crush on a girl back when I was still in high school, and even though I was trying really hard to hit on her, she already made it clear that she wasn't interested. But one certain day, I think we were on summer vacation or some kind of spring break from school, you know, we weren't going to school, and then she invited me to go to the movies to, you know, celebrate her birthday. So we actually went there with her sister, and it was actually really nice because it was a way for us to kind of, you know, be a little bit closer, even though she did also invite another friend of hers. So it seemed like I was already in the friend zone right from the start, but hey, it was cool to hang out with her sis, and some other random dude and make friends, you know. So we went there, we were going to the mall, and, you know, we ate some lunch and stuff. But then when we went to watch the movie, I wasn't aware that it was Piranha 3D because I just wanted to focus on her. So when I found out what the movie was called, I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be about a movie about a bunch of fish eating people, you know. The problem is that if you've never seen Piranha 3D or any of the Piranha movies for that matter, they are grotesquely, insanely, horrifically violent and very gory. There is blood everywhere, sometimes not just the piranhas but other kinds of casualties in the movies. You know, there's a scene where a girl, her hair gets ripped from her scalp and there's blood. If you guys don't know what's going on, go watch this video later where I talk about how violence makes me sick. I don't even want to get into that topic right now, but basically I forgot that I had such a weak stomach for this kind of violence, and I did not know that it was going to be this bad. I did not think the movie was going to be as insanely thrashy as it was, and so I was there, they were watching the movie, and everybody was okay. Everybody had a very strong stomach apparently, and I kept fidgeting in my seat with all the blood and all the stuff happening, you know, especially when the piranha started to eat people alive, and there was boat propellers and other kinds of casualties and whatnot. There was this scene where a piranha ate this guy's wiener, you know. So then, you know, the movie kept going, and when we got to about maybe the halfway point, I started to feel nauseous, you know, and the girl started to try to comfort me, but then when I turned to face them, I literally barfed on both of them. I literally puked on both of the sisters, man. It was a freaking an avalanche of puke just churning everywhere. It was insane. Whatever. I forgot what we had for lunch. I think it was McDonald's. We had burgers and fries, and I had eaten breakfast the hours before. Everything that I had eaten that day up until that movie just came right out, you know, just put it right back out where it belonged, right there on top of them, you know. And, you know, unsurprisingly, you know, after all of the screams of disgust and, you know, grossness and embarrassment, they, of course, never talked to me again. That is one very amazing word for you to repel your crush forever, man. And that, honestly, it's not only one of the worst cinema experiences ever, but one of the worst experiences I've ever had in public as a person. I hated it so much, and that movie utterly traumatized me, man. I hated that movie so much, and I just can't. It was like a garden hose, just all over the damn place. Before I continue, let's take a look at a movie poster here, you know? A movie poster from that stupid movie, which I hate so much. Just looking at the damn wallpaper for that movie, man, it just gives me nightmares all over again. I shiver. I hate piranhas. I hate everything about them. Jesus. Oh my God, I'm actually sweating right now. Just remember this experience. However, it would be a whopping 5 years later in 2015 where I would have yet another embarrassing cinema incident. This one wasn't as bad as the first one, but it was still kind of awkward. Not kind of, it was very awkward, you know, and I actually had to play it off cool, but there was nothing cool at all about it, and I do regret doing it, but still, I mean, it was what needed to be done at the time because I went to watch Everest, you know, which is a very awesome movie. I loved it so much, you know. It's actually about the 1996 Mount Everest disaster where a bunch of people died and stuff. Very cool. First time I ever saw it in theaters, and I actually really, really liked that movie. Unfortunately, the experience of watching it for the first time was hampered by this because, you see, guys, normally when I go to watch a movie, I like to grab popcorn and soda. Sometimes I will, usually I grab a very big bowl of popcorn so I can last as long as possible, and I also buy an equally big cup of soda, you know, so it can, you know, last just as long as the popcorn. The problem is that I underestimated how quickly a large cup of soda goes through my body, you know, and it's because of this that I don't buy anything to drink in movie theaters anymore, you know, like I think that was actually the last time. Whenever I did, it was a very small cup of soda, or at the very least I made sure that I went to the bathroom many times before the movie, and you're going to understand why. Because Everest is a pretty long movie, you know. I think it was nearly 2 hours long, you know, not counting the trailers and stuff, you know. So I was there for a while. There weren't too many people in the auditorium, you know. There wasn't like a packed auditorium or anything, but there were a few people around me. And then I finished my popcorn and I kept drinking the soda throughout the movie, you know. And it was a very good movie. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay and watch it until the end, you know. But after the popcorn was done, I was still drinking soda, and a little bit after the soda was finished, I started to feel this pressure in my bladder, you know, that started to get worse and worse and worse and tighter and tighter and tighter until I realized I am about to explode down there. I really have to pee. I really, really gotta go to the bathroom right now. But the movie wasn't over yet. I really wanted to watch it until the end. I didn't want to miss a minute. I paid for my ticket and it was an awesome movie. I wanted to keep watching it. I didn't want to go to the bathroom. And there was my empty popcorn bowl beside me. That's right, folks. There's no suspense where this is going right now. It's exactly what you thought. Yes, that is what I did. I was so, you know, how can I say? My bladder was so full of pee, about to burst, and I wanted to watch the movie so badly that despite there being a few people around, I actually I had to go up 2 flights of rows, you know, to try to avoid the couple that was in front of me. It didn't work though, so I took off my shorts, I lowered my underpants, and I started to pee into the empty popcorn bowl. Yes, I tried to play it off. Naturally, I tried to go really slowly, but unfortunately, the couple in front of me heard it, and then the guy even turned around to reprimand me, you know? And then I pretended that I was a gringo. You know, he spoke to me in Portuguese, and I was like, oh no, sorry, I'm sorry, I don't understand, I just have to, I'm feeling pressured. And because he saw that I spoke English and thought I was a foreigner, he just left me alone, you know? I guess maybe he thought, oh, maybe it might be normal for this kind of person to do it in their country, you know, just screw him, you know? He just didn't talk to me anymore, but man, it was embarrassing. And I almost filled up the damn bowl halfway, man. There was a lot of pee inside of me. And then I was of course feeling very embarrassed, but at least I got to finish watching the movie. Then I ran out of there. Oh my god, I literally ran. I didn't even take the time to dispose of that bucket. The popcorn bowl, you know, the plastic bucket. I didn't take time at all. I did take the soda with me, I think. I think I threw that out, but I just left the popcorn bowl there full of pee. I feel so sorry for the poor sap who had to clean that up later, man, you know, because movie theaters are very gross places. So, I mean, that definitely wasn't a good experience, you know, and the person definitely hates me to this day, but I'm sorry, I had to. I wanted to finish the movie. It was such a good movie. Can't you just understand that? Can you please get on my side here? Because I just wanted to. But oh my god, it felt good though. That nice jizz, you know, coming out of the... You know what? Let's take a look at a movie wallpaper from Everest here before we move on, huh? Okay, well, a very haunting wallpaper there. You see the calamity of it, the incident that caused the avalanche disaster, the Everest disaster. Okay, so now, last but certainly not least, the most recent one that was honestly, coincidentally, they seem to get less worse over the years. You know, it's kind of like in reverse order from worst to least worst, you know. This one here was a very personal thing, and it is actually, honestly, I think this was the day that I truly became a man. I was not afraid of anything else after this because it happened in 2017, and it was around the time that I started to open myself up more to horror movies, you know, and go watch them in theaters as opposed to just in my house, you know. And in this case, the movie was Annabelle Creation, you know. I had watched the first Annabelle movie multiple times in theaters, you know, while it was still there, so I wanted to watch the sequel. However, I went to the theater, you know, in my city, I think maybe a week and a half, almost 2 weeks after the movie had premiered. So at that point, everybody had already seen it, you know. It was old news already. Everybody had watched it, you know, and knew what happened. So everybody had taken the movie apart, but I was still late. I hadn't gone to see it yet, so I did, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be cool. The first movie was okay. The sequel is definitely gonna be better. I'm gonna go, you know, get some popcorn, you know, and very, very, very little soda this time because I learned my lesson from back in 2015. So I got some popcorn. So I think I bought some candy too, you know, to go down afterwards as a little dessert. So then I got there, you know, bought my ticket, and I went to go see the movie Annabelle Creation. So I got there pretty early as usual because I like to get there early to find a good seat. So then I was there sitting down, and then nobody started to come in. I was like, okay, it's still pretty early. So then the trailer started and still nobody was there, you know, with me. I was like, oh wow, people are late, huh? Really? But that's just Brazilian culture. Everybody's always late in this country. Then the trailers ended and the movie itself began, and there was still nobody around. I was like, okay guys, you can come out now. Stop playing a joke on me. This isn't funny, you know. If it's like a hidden camera thing to see my reaction, stop it. I don't want to be pranked, you know. Just come on guys, let's go watch the movie now. The movie started and there was nobody in the auditorium, dude. I was by myself in an empty auditorium about to watch a horror movie. There was not a single other soul in that damn movie theater. I was completely alone, man. It was me and my popcorn and my soda and my candy and Annabelle Creation on the screen. It's about the freaking little girl being possessed by Annabelle. So this movie had many more creative jump scares than the sequel and than the one before it, even the one after it, man. Not even Annabelle Comes Home was as scary as this one. I think this is the scariest Annabelle movie out of all three of them, you know? And I watched it by myself, dude. I watched it completely alone. So whenever there was a jump scare, I really did jump, you know, and I was shuddering and shaking. My anxiety was acting up, you know. I had to close my eyes and look away during some scenes that I would later watch at home, but in the movie theater it's different, man. It hits a lot harder. So I just kept eating my popcorn, which was done very quickly because I was panic eating, you know. I drank my soda to try to calm down and relax. I ate my candy, you know, and it's still, man. I tried to keep myself calm, you know. It was definitely a very surreal experience. I will never forget it, you know. But I don't think I ever want to go through it again. When I watch a horror movie here at home, you know, it's already crazy because the TV is freaking huge already. But it's not the same as being in a movie theater, because here I'm not exactly alone. I have neighbors, you know. But like in this case here, it was very frightening and nearly traumatizing. I actually swore off horror movies for a while, at least in theaters for a time after that. But still, man, try to imagine the panic. I was literally trembling many times. I was shivering, and because I was alone, I guess maybe I felt a little bit more freedom to just jump up and stuff and react more accordingly, you know. It was funny because I kind of like talked to myself a little bit here and there to calm myself down and try to find humor in it, but it was really complicated. That was, I think, the most adrenaline I've ever felt in my life. And I've been on a roller coaster once at SeaWorld, man. I freaking rode the Kraken roller coaster at that park, and this was crazy. I mean, hey, watching horror movies do burn hundreds of calories, you know, but still, I think I burnt every calorie in my body for like a month after that experience there, man. That was crazy. Oh my God. I literally walked out of the auditorium later shaking, you know, just like, I don't know, I felt like I had an out-of-body experience or something, you know. All of the scares came just to me. It wasn't, you know, channeled through other people. It came directly at me. I absorbed all of the scares, man. It was insane, but still, good movie. Very good movie. Still like it to this day. Let's take a look at a wallpaper from Annabelle Creation, huh? So yeah, that's basically it, guys. That is essentially it. Those are the 3 experiences I wanted to share with you. I got lucky in this video here because there's complete, utter, absolute silence right now, except for a few stupid birds chirping somewhere, freaking parakeets. No, they're not parakeets. They're the great blue jays of South America, or whatever the hell you stupid bird lovers want to criticize me about, because I don't know about stupid freaking birds. But anyway, so I mean, there was a dog barking, you know, earlier, but now he's quiet, or she's quiet. It's quiet. I don't know why, but I'm happy with that, you know. So this video came out pretty okay. Stop chirping, you stupid birds. The bird is not the word. Bird is not the word. Bird is not the word. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up here, guys. Let me know in the comments below what other experiences you've gone through. If you've gone through anything similar, I really hope not, but let me know your craziest experiences in movie theaters. Know whether you've gone there as a consumer or if you've worked there, because people who work in movie theaters definitely see their share of madness, you know. It's freaking insane. I would love to know if you work at a movie theater as like an usher or something, or somebody who cleans up the stuff. I don't know. Let me know what you've gone through. Like maybe you're like Hannah Baker and Clay Jensen in 13 Reasons Why, where they worked at a theater for a while together, you know. It would be awesome to hear those stories from you guys. So just let me know. I'm really curious. I would love to hear from you. And also, maybe I'll share more embarrassing stories of other things, you know, over the years later on. But let me know in the comments below. I think I just said that. Yes, if you happen to like this video and me exposing my embarrassing secrets of the past, go ahead and give it a like, and also subscribe to my channel because I release videos every single day. And while you're at it, hit the notification bell too, so you can know exactly what time I upload. And it's all good. It is all good. This is Chazzy signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Roll the non-embarrassing outro screen.